Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Welcome to LFG Love for Guam, the show where we explore the best of this tropical paradise and dive into the heart of what makes Guam so special.
That's right, Mitsuki, and this episode...
Hold up, Suki and Des. It's time for LFG Love for Guam, the takeover.
Hey, it's Julianne. Nick and I are taking over this month's episode to bring you the second annual INA Wellfest.
Here we go! Are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm definitely ready. First time, excited?
What's gonna happen in there? We're gonna get fit and physical and centered? We hope so.
Centered. Namaste.
Mama go.
Good one, Nick. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Hello! Happy day!
Walking into the Nico Hotel Ballroom to, well, as you can see, activate your light. First, fuel up to stay hydrated. Talking about putting your foot into it. Can I try the magic?
Is this your first time trying it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because you're missing out.
No fear of missing out here.
Not at all. Already looks like we are in for an exciting experience. Starting off with some testimonials from others in their wellness journeys and what lights them up.
I want to move forward, and I've noticed that always leaning towards the good and all the blessings that I have, regardless if I'm having a bad day, as long as I lean on the good in my life, and as long as I lean on my faith, I just feel more comforted.
Basically help me through the hard times, through difficult times. You know, it brings people together. What I like about music is it's universal. You're doing a workout or having a good time, music is there.
It starts with myself, and I think it took me a really long time to understand that it's okay to say that.
For me, that means really being in alignment with the work that I do and getting to do what I love every day. Also creating community. So I love getting to connect people. I love getting to host events and hold space. And so feeling like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing is what lights me up.
We'll get to showing you what more happened inside the ballroom later in the show, but first, let's explore. So much fun! But it was also the speakers and the host of Wellfest, Livia Marathi, that made this an experience you don't want to miss out on.
Let's get to that when LFG Love for Guam, the takeover, returns.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like. Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
You're watching LFG Love for Guam, the takeover with me, Nick.
And me, Jules. Now to hear from the woman behind Wellfest, Livia Marathi.
So the theme for our event this year is Activate Your Light. You'll see that a lot throughout the whole event. You'll see that just sprinkled in throughout the spaces and the decor and everything that we do. And so when I think about the theme, one of the images that comes to mind is thinking about a fire. And I don't think about a big, crazy flame. I think about kind of the process of building a fire, right? So you have, slowly starting to have the fire start to build, the smoke, the whole process. So when I think about activating our light, I think about how can we connect to our inner light, and it doesn't happen overnight, right? It's a process. We have to add to the fire. We have to find ways that light us up. And so as we go through the day, I really invite you to think about that question. Leaning into that and finding that is something that we can all do. But like I said, doesn't happen, the big flame doesn't happen overnight, right? We have to find ways that we can continue to build that inner light within us. And some of the things that I've done in my own wellness journey that have led me here is, yes, I've explored yoga and meditation and the fitness side and the food and self-care, but a lot of my wellness journey has come from asking myself some harder questions and really getting to sit with that. So questions like, what feels in alignment for me? What people, experiences light me up? Where can I go where I feel seen and celebrated? And even things like what's giving me energy and what's draining my energy. So being able to, I think, sit with those questions and really see what answers come up is something, again, that you need to do over and over again. You don't come through and be like, yep, figured it out, right? We can go back to that at any age, at any season, at any life stage, and really dig deep into what's lighting us up and what's getting us in the way, or what's getting in the way of that. What season are you in right now? Are you in your winter? Are you kind of going through it, right? Are you kind of in an inward, sort of colder period? Are you in spring maybe, where you're finding some of the seeds starting to bloom and starting to feel kind of coming out of that winter period? Some people are in summer, right, and they're celebrating and they're feeling all this good energy. And some people are in fall, going into winter, right? So kind of going more inward. So even just thinking about that question, I tend to go around the circle and ask everyone that. And it's really interesting to see how many people are like, I'm in winter. I'm deep in the winter, right? And some people are in summer, right? And there's going to be those different seasons. And so even honoring that as part of the process, which is something that Sophie's going to talk a lot about today, and being able to sit with that, right? And be okay if you're in winter, that's okay, right? But being able to go back to those questions and being able to move through that.
Wow, what inspiring words, and this was all at the start of the festival.
Definitely getting us teed up for the guest speaker. Sophie Jaffe is a Los Angeles-based health and wellness expert, superfood entrepreneur, co-host of the IGND podcast, yoga teacher, and mother of 3.
Sophie founded her superfood company and wellness brand Philosophy with the goal to make it easier, more inspiring, and more delicious to attain optimal health and radiant wellness. But as she shared, it's her personal journey that got her there.
So my mom's always been a fighter, an activist, a warrior, a trailblazer really. She was such a fiery energy, just such a vibe. Also really intense, and we had a lot of conflict growing up because we're both really strong personalities. Anyone relate? So in those last few months, I really got to know her on a deeper level because there was no judgment. There was no there's nothing holding back anymore, whereas before there was a lot of like stuff between us. I just wanted to know everything. I want to know everything about her. And in those last few weeks, she's on a lot of painkillers, and the cancer was like eating her brain, and she was just not fully present. And I just was like so hungry to get to know her on a deeper level. And I said to her, Mom, you traveled across the country, right? You drove across the country, the US, which takes a few days, like with, sleeping, stopping to sleep. And she looks at me, dead in the eye, and she's like, 21 times. 21 times. And she doesn't just mean like get in the car and drive with a friend. She took my then sister, 1-year-old sister, who at then was 1, now she's much older than me, drove across the country to start her life, and she hitchhiked. Like, this was her spirit, the example of her spirit. So, yeah, just that's her energy, that's her vibe. Me and my brother and her growing up. But yeah, so because of this poor prognosis of such an extensive late stage cancer, my mother chose to leave on hospice and be at home with her loved ones, celebrate. She was partying, inviting her friends over for dinner parties, just enjoying life, not obsessing over like final days and trying to prolong it, but instead just to enjoy it, to celebrate.
So much more powerful insight shared here. You'll have to attend the next one to see for yourself.
Totally. But I gotta say, my fave part, she had us feeling like Taylor Swift, shaking it off.
We're shaking off this block of LFG Love for Guam. The takeover is back in a moment.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like. Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Let's keep this LFG the takeover going. This month's Pepsi Pulse is a Guam man, a father and husband first, and former Olympian still doing big things to help others and represent Guam.
Sean Pangilinan giving us a talk to inspire. He is the owner of Fit Lab in San Diego, who has helped so many people train with intention.
Sean Pangilinan! I'm very excited to be here. I am not nervous at all. But 15 years ago, when I left off island to pursue higher education, I made a promise to myself to gain enough experience and skill set to bring back home. So I just wanted to say thank you to Olivia and the team at Ina Wellness for saying that for me and making it come full circle. Today, I would like to share my experience and a concept that's helped me achieve my goals and the goals of many people that I work with. The concept is simple. It's to train with intention. But in order to train with intention, we need to know our purpose. We need to know what our purpose is, which is the overarching reason why we do what we do. Intention is a way to get there. It's a roadmap to where we want to go. Our intention is the driving force behind our goals and our visions. Without intention, there's no action. You can have the roadmap to success, but if you're not in the car, turning it on and driving, you're not going to go where you want to. But training with intention goes beyond the immediate goals of getting better, feeling healthier, getting stronger. It's about what we want to achieve in the next year, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and eventually until our time expires. It's the impact we want to make in this world. I'm a personal trainer and the owner of a studio called the Fit Lab in San Diego. I had an amazing career helping people get fitter, stronger, healthier. I help people train with intention. But before all that, I was born and raised here in this island. I went to St. Francis School. I went to Emulahan. I participated in my first sport with the Jonya Dragons baseball team. And then I went, Jonya rules. And then I went to Abida Johnson and I fell in love with basketball. And then eventually I graduated from Quality Duenas in 2005. It was at this point where the concept of training with intention started. You see, while all my classmates were getting ready to select a university to pursue a career in medicine, law, engineering, business, all I wanted to be was the best talent on the island of Guam. In reality, I really did not know what I wanted to study. I struggled to find purpose. I struggled to find direction. But I'll never forget what my cousin told me when I failed to confidently tell him what my next chapter would be. He said, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you're the best at it. And in 2008, I surpassed all expectations, and I secured Guam's first Olympic bid in canoeing. And so I dropped everything, lived my life at the best paddle to pursue, to represent our island in the Olympics. This is where I really started to understand and learn fortitude, resilience, making the most of every day, and setting your intentions. And I share this story because during this time, the direction of my life was led by a dream of being the best. I truly believe that once we open our heart and ask ourselves what it is we truly want to achieve in life, we'll be able to clearly define our intentions and work relentlessly towards our purpose. Because you will put in the required time to plan, to prep, the work, to make it happen. I quickly realized that every person I worked with, they wanted to improve their health before things got worse. And that's when I had my aha moment. I found what I was looking for. People came to me because they wanted to learn how to properly exercise to prevent injuries. They wanted guidance on the best nutritional practices to improve their health. They wanted someone to hold them accountable to make positive, lifelong, healthy habits. They all had a strong why, and my role was to listen to them, to guide them, keep them going, be their biggest cheerleader, and most importantly, remind them to train with intention. If I were to
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Day, when it's supposed to be family time, I'd really just rest because I'm so exhausted and need to have the energy.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Loving and compassionate, to be confident and courageous, providing them with experiences and showing them both the good and the bad in this world. And most important, allowing them to follow their hearts and pursue their dreams relentlessly.
Keep reppin', Sean.
Doing Guam proud. We wrap up our takeover of LFG Love for Guam. Next up, time to vibe out.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like. Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
It's been a blast taking over this episode of LFG Love for Guam, and thank you to the Wellfest for having us there.
From the takeover to the toss, we close out the show with your I Love the Nightlife segment, a performance with KPV and